Do you want to give me a... we'll do wits and investigation for just trying to figure out any information about Stonehenge and the surrounding area before you go there. Yep. No successes? Okay, so you aren't able to find anything out about like mage populations immediately around Stonehenge. Obviously, like the main thing you come up with is London. London is like a really big city for magic. The Pentacle has a very strong grip over the city, and it's heavily populated with mages, which for mages isn't that many people, but comparatively. In terms of Stonehenge itself, you don't find anything that specifically references like a group related to it, but you do. This is probably something you already knew, actually, just from like your previous history readings. It is a pretty magical site. The structure was believed to be constructed by some mages, a long time ago.
Merlin floated the rocks over from Scotland, don't you know?
Yeah, its exact function for that is unknown. Probably some kind of ritual site. But what you do find is it is a leyline node with,
of course it is,
5 ley lines intersecting there. So, yeah.
Oh, sure, and then it makes like a 10-pointed star. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Oh, wait, and there's hold on a second. And there's like 10 schools of magic, right?
There are.
Oh, man.
5 times 2. The most powerful numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Can't think of any sort of seals used to contain powerful entities in this game, unfortunately. So, probably not relevant. Sarcasm.
Yep. Oh, dude, and that's why no one remembers what's like a monster. Yeah. And it's like no one remembers what Stonehenge was used for. Steal the White Memory Monster or whatever.
Probably. They just didn't want to use sundials. Yeah, so I mean, that's what you find out from your preemptive research. Aren't able to find out any details about like the ley lines themselves, just that there's 5. And then of course, it's a pretty big sleeper tourist destination as well, so it's a little bit more difficult to use for rituals nowadays.
Oh, that's true.
Which is a lot of the UK mages are kind of sad about that, you imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Be a very useful place to cast otherwise. Just gotta do your rituals like at night. They can't last the until the crowds come again.
Mhm. Although, if you were being clever mages, you might throw on a Stonehenge festival with some people dressed up like old-timey druids who are actually doing your ritual spell, but whatever.
You might be able to get away with that if it was a more subtle arcana. Yeah.
Yep.
Um,
But babbling in high speech could just be like ancient druidic. Yeah, whatever.
yeah. Yeah. So,
Anyway,
how are you guys planning on getting there?
probably asking Cash.
You can do that, certainly. Heard that- So he's currently in Hawaii. That's not really a problem. I'm just saying that that's where he is. But he can still teleport you places. Because thanks to your connection. And yeah, with space. So how we'll do this. Because he can teleport you places as long as you have like a picture, or he can get a picture of it, right?
Yep. The internet's been wonderful for teleporters.
Yep, very much so. Google Maps is a godsend.
Oh, yeah, actually, wow.
Freaking Street View, just
Yeah.
like
Anywhere that
immediately.
anybody cares about.
Yep, super easy.
Oh yeah, heads up. Don't get like accosted by the police while we're over there because we don't have our passports or anything.
That'd be a problem. And maybe you should bring your passport. Although I guess it's like you wouldn't have gone through customs.
Right.
So sympathetic range costs some mana. So how we'll do this is just you guys give the mana to Cash
Oh sure.
if he's not here to spend it, just so it gets detracted somewhere.
Sure. All right. I'm taking off the box for it.
All right.
Click.
Well, I guess it would be task technically, but
Whatever.
because you'd have to give it to him physically.
Right. What's currently stored in the house?
Currently 0. So you guys took it, I assume.
Yeah, we took it in the last session.
I don't know if you drank it or ate it.
Oh yeah, I've been low on mana since basically forever, and still am. Just wasted 3 of it. We got the Within the Sanctum handout. It's got that. Yep. Well, that's how much is in the hollow anyway. I don't know if you've got some squirreled away somewhere else. Oh, all right then.
Yeah, currently the Hallow doesn't have any stored tasks.
Yeah. I forget, how much does it do that? Does it do like a mana a day or 2 or
2 mana a day.
right? Or like it was 3, but the dragon's using 1.
Well, it is 2 mana a day. It's just that every 3 days he takes a mana.
Oh, okay.
So it's 5 mana every 3 days instead of
Okay.
6.
Sure. Makes sense.
All right. Well, did someone take off the task for the teleport?
Yeah, I don't actually have any physical tasks anymore, I don't think.
Well, there's no task there. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it'll have to come from your your stash. Yeah, you got the stash squirreled away.
Dude, you're holding out on us, man.
Well, all right, yeah. So just whichever one you want to give to Cash. So it'd pretty much just be you give it to him, air quotes, and he spends the mana and then negates. All right. Cool.
Yeah, that sounds like something you want to use.
Yeah. 1. Yeah,
Like, you're not supposed to use it like this, but he just like rolls it up into his joint or whatever he's doing.
Mana point. Can you smoke incense like that? It sounds like a headache.
Sounds not good for you.
Yeah.
Like that's ever stopped Cash though.
That's true. Yeah, sounds bad. Okay, so then yeah. All right, so you guys work this deal telepathically with him, and
oh yeah, that's right.
he what time of day are you doing this? 2 p.m. All right.
Cool.
So yeah, like Saturday afternoon after lunch, whatever.
Yep. So it'll be like
right, so he says, okay, bye, have fun. And you, I guess, would you like to withstand? Would you like to withstand the spell?
No, that's okay.
Okay. So you teleport, a little shimmer, and you guys appear. You just kind of like step out from behind a rock, like a couple 100 feet away from, or not even that much, like 50 feet away from Stonehenge. So it's currently 8 p.m. here. So still light out because it's the summer. But most of the crowds are gone.
Right. Park's probably closed
at this point. You do see they're like just kind of glancing around. You see a couple of the like park guards standing there, and they haven't spotted you yet, but you are just kind of standing out in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Here. Let's see. It is like sort of gray and overcast because it's England. Yeah. What do you... All right. I don't believe this. Do you guys see the Roll20 change map?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys are at Stonehenge. The
all right. I feel like an invisible and silence is just because I don't want to get harassed by guards. Especially if we're gonna like lay down in the center of the or something, or whatever it is we're about to do. I don't know, man.
What you're about to do.
I wasn't even here when you guys were
Didn't
talking
come
about
here with
the
the
idea the
plan.
first time. So, right then. So combo. Quicker rules. Combo spells are. I forget how to do this every time. Do. Not very bad. All right, so Gnosis is 5, Forces is 3. They are. I don't have Forces open yet. Forces, come on, Forces. So control, visibility 2 dots, control sound probably 2 dots also, right? Where is it?
Yep, it is.
All right.
All the controls.
Duration and duration. Okay, so they got the same primary factors. That's good. Okay, so 5 for Gnosis, 3 for Forces, combined spell, both share 2 dots and duration. So, what was the penalty for combining a spell again?
Minus 2 dice.
Oh.
Also that.
Wow.
Just a little bit, though.
Is that it? And then they use like the worst of each rating, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, they share like primary spell factors and stuff.
All right. And I only get 2 reaches for this for free because I got 3 Forces, right? So quick cast and duration.
Yeah, for a scene.
I probably need minus 2 dice for an extra target or something.
Oh, yep. Put it on both of you. So you got all that?
Right. And then plus a dice from my tool, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I'm at a sweet 5 dice. Fantastic. 1 success.
All right, just enough. So
we are invisible
on
list for a week.
you as you kind of pop into existence here, stepping out around the rock, Samuel, just put your shoulder on Gray's, or put your hand on Gray's shoulder, and you guys go poof again. Except you're still here, just invisible.
Yes. Didn't want to get harassed by parked.
Yeah. You don't want to get bothered by them. So now you're free to walk about as you'd like. You can definitely feel the like twinge of power coming from the node in front of you.
Oh yes, that's going to be a fun one to look at with geomancy, guys. So while we're here, be a tourist.
Geomancy it up.
Yep. I think that's the one, right?
Yeah, that's the one that lets you see ley lines. And
no, geomancy is the one that lets you move them. We don't want to do that. Don't want to piss off all of London.
Hey, you leave Stonehenge alone, you dang dirty American.
Yeah. Sacred geometry, there it is.
Ah, yes.
It's prime 1. Ooh.
It's a very basic function of prime, just yes, label.
No, not for this one. I'll throw the reach in there for whether or not it's a hallow.
Okay.
Yeah. 3 successes.
3 successes.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
On 10 dice, so I guess that's par.
So let's see.
3 out of 10.
You is it a praxis?
No.
Oh no, 3 successes.
It's just 5 gnosis and 4 prime and a tool and a single target reaches to spare.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, you said 3 out of 10. It's average, right? Because 10%, yeah, or 30%.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So
right.
I will to all of the majesty of the 5 ley lines crossing flares into brilliant existence before your eyes.
He had this prepared. Okay.
Yep, of course I did. And you are also able to see what their essence is. Because it depends on like your how you see them. So one of them is this like swirl of like storm clouds and lightning. Just like sort of cloud formations. Actually, no lightning. Would be a different one. Just sort of like swirling cloud formations and wind. So it's air. Mm-hmm. The red one is this just like vortex of fire, just sort of snaking through the sky, and they all pass through one of the arches, which is where the circle is. The middle one, the black one, is just this like dark, inky black beam that just sort of like shoots through straight. And then there is one that looks kind of like a river floating, just sort of like an ethereal river flowing through the world. And the last one is a sort of moats of like floating rock, and like the ground shifts around it. So it's earth. So you got air, fire, water, earth, and void. Also, surprisingly enough, it is not a hallow. There is no mana that lingers here.
Extremely surprised. Yeah. Wow.
It seems like just examining it with sacred geometry, the like flow of magic through this one point is so intense that it doesn't really like drop any magic or any mana off here.
Sure.
So you don't have any drip.
Yep.
Coming from the leaky faucet of time space. And then if it wasn't apparent, this right here, this picture off to the side, is
it's taken from where the brown dot is.
Yeah, the brown dot. Yep.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Credit to Google Maps.
Yep. Yeah, I wonder what they had to do to get a person to be able to walk through the picture.
But yeah, there's a couple of like routes through and around it. Street view.
Yeah, I've been there once, and like you're not allowed to leave the path off to the side.
Yeah, you have to stay pretty far away from it.
Yep.
I mean, they don't want people touching it. Makes sense.
Nope. Yep.
Also, both of you guys come in here. Why don't you give me a wits and composure roll?
Oh, neat.
This is perception, so your classes.
How long is it going for?
Are they still enchanted? Or until you drop them?
So wits and composure.
And then +3 for the blessed classes.
+3. Oh, okay. One success.
One success. How about Derek for Gray? Yep. All right. Well, not incredibly impressive, but still satisfactory. As you guys both sort of walk in, I assume you're moving closer to look at various things here.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd notice, and we'll say Gray notices this first, just because Samuel's probably studying the ley lines he can see.
Mm-hmm.
So Gray, you notice that in the on each of the like above, or like on each of the like pillars of the arch, there are like patterns in the like lichen that stick out to you, and they just sort of like jump out as more noticeable. And as you sort of turn to look and examine each one, you notice that there is an inscription. It's an inscription in High Speech. Yes.
Explosive ring. No.
So yeah, there's a sentence on oh no, sorry, actually it's not on the archway. It's just it's spiraled across the like sort of stones in the middle. It seems like it takes you a little bit to sort of like figure out the order, because it's probably been like shifted around as time has messed with the structure. But you guys are smart, so I'm gonna give it to you all scrambled up. That'll just be annoying. So here is the 5 ones. Roll 20, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, you guys were talking about like the fate, right? You guys were talking about like the mists of fate or whatever, right? So, I mean, I guess I'm not privy to what the plan is here, but I imagine this would be something like what we did in our house. Oh, just going into our mind space.
A little bit different. This is, I know it's been a while since we talked about this, but this is an emanation realm we're talking about. So it's not like a dream space like the astral plane.
Right.
It is a place that you have to physically travel to through like a portal or some kind of verge.
I see.
And you guys know that this location is a verge to the Mists of Destiny. But I mean, looking around it, there is no like just, hey, this is a portal, jump in. like the last Emanation realm you visited in the cave, which was like that well that sucked you down, or like the water, like the pond in the cave.
Oh, okay. Right then. So I think just gonna like walk into the center of the ring here, and well, these are gates, right? So
Yep.
I
mean, 2 of the gates aren't really gates anymore because they fell down, but
yeah, but like that's
with,
not important. That's not important, really.
No, with sacred geometry, you can actually see the like shape of the ley lines kind of like pools out in kind of a strange way at each one of the gates. So like you can actually see the like outline of the void and earth gate.
Oh, sure.
Without the structure, even though the structure is gone, partially gone. They seem a little bit more blurry than the ones that are still structured.
Yeah. So I think what I'm going to do here is just take a tour and like walk around it, but then like walk from the outside of the air gate through it to the inside, and then do that in the order of like air, earth, water, fire.
So like go that direction.
Yep, and then walk all the way around and go on inwards.
That one.
Yep.
And then do the same thing like that.
Yep. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know.
You gonna try doing that?
Yep.
And what order are you gonna do it in?
The inscription there seemed to have an order. So like air, earth, water, fire, and then void, I think.
All right.
Yep.
So what are you going to do as Samuel starts to do this, Derek? Okay. So Amaran, you walk through the air one. You feel this sort of like rush of wind as you step into the like ethereal representation of the ley line, and step through the arch, and then you pass across. Gray, you can sort of see like almost tendrils of mist follow out like around his feet as he steps out of the first archway, and he does the same for the earth, and there's a few more tendrils. And as he steps out of the water one, you see like there's definitely like a substantial amount of mist surrounding him. And for the fire, you can barely see him anymore. It's just kind of like a plume of fog just like covers his body. Yeah. And then he steps
with the outline of an invisible man in the
Oh right, yeah, you can't see him anyways because you're invisible.
But yeah, no, it's like I don't know. I'm imagining one of the park guards watching this being like, what?
some weird wind stuff going on there.
Right.
And then he
saw a man in there. No, anyway.
Steps around the void one, and the fog just sort of disappears for you, Gray. For you, Samuel, after every gate you step through, the weather seems to become more and more dreary. After the water gate, you can't even see Gray sort of standing on the edge of the ring.
Right.
And then as soon as you sort of step across the threshold of the void gate, the fog comes down onto you like incredibly dense. Like you can't see more than 10 feet past you. And you don't really feel any different.
Wow. Okay.
But it's just very dense mist covering everything now.
All right. Yeah, I'll just like think back to Derek, be like, man, are you seeing this? Or huh? Just kind of like wandering around now. I guess I'll wander aimlessly for a bit because.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so when you guys like telepathy back between each other, it seems more. You can still like hear each other, but it seems more distant now, almost like
Oh, sure.
there's some mental static in between the two of you.
Huh.
So yeah, Amadine, you just wander around like Stonehenge itself.
Well, I'm in dense fog and can't really see much, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Give me a. Well, no, I'm not gonna make you roll for this. So you step around and like you sort of survey, and when you look behind you, the void like archway is like fully intact.
Oh, like with all the stones and stuff.
Yep.
Oh boy.
And I mean, it was definitely not like that a second.
This almost looks brand new from this side.
Yeah. It does still look worn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not like there's no hard edges or anything, but it is there's no damage to it.
Right. Oh.
Are you gonna just kind of like walk around the immediate area, or how far away are you gonna go from the stone?
If I wander so far that I get seeing it, probably not go further than that.
Wander so far, what? Sorry.
If I wander so far away that I'm having a hard time seeing it anymore,
yeah,
I wouldn't go further than that. I don't think.
Probably about 10 feet away from it, you can't see anything else. I mean, you can see the other gates, but beyond that.
Wow. Okay.
And then like the outer ring, if you walk out a little ways, you can see both of them at the same time. You do notice oh yeah, that's unless you go further, that's pretty much all you can see.
Sure.
The other archway is intact as well. Why don't you give me a wits and composure roll?
Sure. Good old 4 dice. Two successes.
Okay, so you make a couple of loops around Stonehenge itself, and the like bits of rock just sort of like intermittently in the ground. You're fairly sure that they're in different places on your second like lap around the place. So while he's doing that, what are you doing?
For me.
Are you just still standing here? At this point, like the mist is gone, and I mean, Amadine's invisible, but you don't see anything out of the ordinary anymore. Gonna do the same walk through the archways. All right. So you walk through. Same thing happens. Like the mist sort of grows stronger around you until finally you pass through the void gate, and it just becomes oppressively thick. Yeah. And dark. There's still like light, so the sun is still around someplace, but it's dimly lit. And oh, you're just gonna like walk away from it? Well, so as you stepped out through the void gate, or through where the void gate is, it becomes like very dense, so you can only really see more than 10 feet around you. And I mean, you don't register any change to your location. It's very misty now. And Stonehenge you're still at Stonehenge. As you kind of like get and look around, you notice the same thing as Amandine did, yes, where like the archways are back up, like unknocked over. Oh, you guys are both invisible.
I'm gonna. Do I see any like park rangers or anything anymore?
I mean, they weren't that close to the actual structure.
Mm-hmm.
So if they are still out there, then they're concealed by the mist.
Right. Well, in that case, I may as well drop the invisibility and sound spell. Seems to be getting in our way more than anything at this point.
You try and find your way back to each other.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I mean, with the telepathy, you can pretty easily just like meet at the middle, and you guys both emerge out of the mist to convene in roughly the center of the circle.
Right. So. This is kind of cool, I guess. Just talking to
Gray. Gray. Looking out into the mist, why don't you give me a wits and composure roll?
I mean, if I were a fate mage, I'd probably try and pick a fortuitous direction to start walking, but
0? Okay. So your peripheral mage sight triggers. All right. You're aware of something out in the mist, but it's not tangible enough for you to really like get a good identification of it. But it seems to be all around you, just sort of like a constant background hum. Yeah. Yeah, just kind of like further away than you can see, but you can sense it with your fate sight. It's like I guess if you stop and sort of like scrutinize a little bit, it feels almost like just sort of the concept of untapped destiny, just kind of free flowing. Yeah. Also quite abstract. It's all around you. Yep.
Hmm. Hmm.
Strings of Fate, or yeah, I guess you need to figure out what you want, or you try and get fate to lead you somewhere. Right. Anything you're doing, Amdan? Well, Gray takes in the sights.
I a little bit out of my element here. Yeah. This is like mysticism stuff, man.
Yeah, it's very abstract, which is not your
No, that's not my thing.
MO. Well, I mean, you're looking. I don't know what you're looking for exactly. You just decided to come here. It's a place that is representative of destiny. I mean, and fate. Was it looking for like clues that your past self left you or something?
Maybe a way to seal the monster.
Clues as to your destiny, past or future. Those are all things that you could possibly find here.
Here, a bit of a hint at the future conflict we might have to do.
I guess the main thing you're realizing now that you're here is you're not entirely sure how to navigate